Morning everyone, Brooke here, part of the Sport Auckland Green Prescription team. Beautiful, another nice morning out there. I hope you've really been enjoying the break and time inside your bubble over Easter, as well as getting involved with our daily exercise challenges. So hopefully we're past halfway, we're now up to day 18, and the focus for today will be working the glutes with some glute bridges. So most of you will be able to get involved with this exercise, unless if you've got osteoporosis and you know that too much tilting of the pelvis is not good for you. Anybody who's had a recent neck injury, hamstring injury as well, you possibly know your limits are there. And if you're pregnant as well, like with any exercise where you're lying on your backs, if you're in your second or your third trimester, we wouldn't encourage doing this exercise. But for the rest of you, come on down to the floor and join me. I do encourage that you put your screen so that you're side on, and where possible, I do a lot of talking and I'll try and talk you through this exercise. So where possible, try and just listen to what I'm saying, keeping the eyes looking straight up at the ceiling rather than bending over to try and see what I'm doing. And because here I am on my concrete garage floor, I've got a mat, but if you're on carpet, as long as you've got something soft underneath your spine, that's quite important. So with the glute bridge, we'll be working, yes, the muscles in the glutes, the backside, the backs of the thighs, the front of the thighs, so the hamstrings, the quads, and also with the way that we're performing this exercise today, we're also looking at mobilizing the spine. So we're sitting, so face onto your screen, and the feet are maybe 1 or 2 hand lengths in front of your backside. Let's start. We'll start with all the easier levels, so listen for the cues as we give some more challenging options throughout the exercise. But let's start with the knees and the ankles together, and let's gently lower ourselves down. You can actually pull those feet a little bit closer in, so they may be just a little bit more than a hand length away from your backside. So we're engaging through the belly button, or through the core, meaning that the belly button pulls down towards the spine. We've got a wee pocket of air below the small of our back, but the lower ribs are pressed firmly into the mat. We're thinking about having width across the chest, lengthening the arms down away from the ears, and tucking the chin in slightly towards the chest. Like you've got an Easter egg about the size of your fist that you're holding on to, and you want to keep it for yourself. So you want to keep it there rather than letting go or crushing it. Okay. So we're starting with a nice deep breath in through the nose. As we exhale, we round through the spine. So we do a pelvic tilt, we tuck the tailbone, lift the tailbone, and just like a wheel, we're rolling up, peeling away from our mats, squeezing our backside to lift, inhaling at the top, keeping the knees and the thighs squeezed together. We exhale as we gently roll back down, and think about the movement, one vertebrae at a time, touching down back onto the mat. Keeping the arms relaxed at the sides, we exhale once again as we squeeze through the backside, lifting the hips so they stay even with one another. Exhaling to gently round down again. Inhaling at the base. Exhaling, tuck the tailbone, peel away from your mat. Send those knees away from your chin, away from your head. So we're lengthening through the thighs, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the thighs together. You can feel it in your quads as well. Exhale. We melt back down to the mat. So let's see if we can go for another 6, making it a set of 10. Exhaling, squeeze the backside to lift up, and just be mindful that we're lifting up and we're staying even. And we're coming down again. You can ease off the squeeze through the glutes on the way down, but emphasize it on the way up. Exhaling up. Pushing our weight through our feet, sending those knees away from us. Coming down. If you want more of a challenge, you may cross your arms over your chest so you don't have any support from the arms, or you can extend them above your shoulders, holding here and inhaling at the top. We exhale to melt back down, and our last 3. Keep that tummy engaged so that belly button pulled in towards the spine, and just be mindful that we're not flaring wide through the ribs and lifting out. Last 2. Rounding through the spine. Really think about moving each vertebrae one at a time as we make our way down and as we roll on up. Squeezing the glutes, pushing out through the knees, coming down. Okay, so you can stay as you are with your feet and your knees together. If we are there, we're thinking about squeezing the thighs together, squeezing the knees together. We can step out a little bit wider for a wee challenge in this next exercise, and we'll be doing some one leg variations. So if you get to the top and you realise you don't want to go ahead with doing the one leg variations, just holding the position at the top, continuing through the with that squeeze through the glutes, and we'll still be getting lots of great benefits from doing that without adding the one leg. But for an extra challenge, join me as we add the one leg. So the hands come back down to our mats, we lengthen the arms down so we continue to have that nice space between the ears and the shoulders, and we take a deep breath in to prepare before we get started. We exhale, we tuck the tailbone under, we imprint the back down to the mat, we squeeze the glutes, and we gently round up. Now if your feet are together, your knees are together here, you've got, you're closer to that centre line, so therefore your stability is a little bit better when we go to lift one leg off. Extend it long, take it back, and lower down. Let's try the other side. Keep breathing in your own time. Push more weight through that foot that's grounded. Squeezing through the glutes so you don't drop through the hip. Knee comes in and back down. We're only going for 3 each side. Keep your arms relaxed down on the mat as we lift up. Extend long like a laser beam is shooting out your toes. Point that foot and step down. Keep squeezing and lifting through the glutes, through the hip area there. There comes back in, lowers down. One last time. For any point you're feeling discomfort or pain, just lower back down and take a break. Join us when you're ready. There comes in and down. 3rd and final time with that second leg up. Extends out, really reach through. Nice straight knee, bend it in, lowering down, and we can melt back down again. I'm going to give you one last variation. Now just if you have chosen to have your feet and your knees hip width apart, and you find that maybe you tend to be bow leg, or your knees want to fall outwards, you can just get a small towel and place it in between your thighs, or even a small ball that you can squeeze, just to ensure that your knees always stay in line with your toes. Last variation. Take a deep breath in before we get started. And as we exhale, this here is really that great mobility for the spine as we peel one vertebrae at a time away from our mats, and we extend that right leg long. We're going to draw a rainbow. We're going to go up and out. We're going to come back in. We're going to repeat that. Now the bigger your rainbow is, the more challenging it's going to be. Now we're going to draw a smile. So go down and up, down, back to centre. One last time. Keep squeezing through the backside so that that right hip is not dropping. Put your hands on your hips if you need to, but ideally have them placed down. We're going to take a little break before we do the second leg. We're going to lower back down. Remembering that option, if you want to bring your feet and your knees together, being close to that centre line means it's not quite as big a challenge for the obliques at the sides here. Deep breath in. Exhale, let's come on up. Let's extend out that left leg.
So starting with those rainbows, they go up and out wide. So it's only that left leg that moves as we return the rainbow. Keep squeezing through the glutes, particularly that left side we really need to focus on so that side doesn't drop. Now I've got 2 smiles, down and up, down and up. Remembering the wider you go, the more of a challenging it'll be. The further down you go, the harder it's going to be as well. Place the leg back down. And one last time, we melt back down with the spine. And there we go. How are you feeling? Feeling it in the quads? The backs of the legs? Okay, so stretching out the front of the thighs, the hamstrings, and our glutes. It's going to be really valuable after doing those exercises. So have a wonderful Easter. Been going for lots of walks lately, looking at all the teddy bears in the windows, and planning on going on a bit of an Easter egg hunt today. So I hear that a number of houses will hopefully have some painted Easter eggs or something a little bit different up in their windows. So it's looking like a good day out there today. A little bit more overcast where I am for yesterday. So yeah, it'd be great to get out and go for a walk. And then tune in again tomorrow morning as Pierre takes us through our daily exercise challenge for Monday. Thanks everybody. Have a great Easter.